Yeah.
All right, let's look at it. Oh, it's not at all what I thought the color was going to be.
What's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm here with Donald.
What is up, everybody? We're at Patapsco Bicycles, and we got a little something special for you guys today.
So I'm privileged to be part of this amazing episode, which it's gonna be a fun one, I think. Are you excited?
For sure, for sure.
So
it's always exciting to be to have something new coming in.
Something new.
Something new that a lot of people have never seen before.
Right. So everyone is probably flooding the internet, YouTube, Google, websites, trying to find a video on this new bike, right? Have you ever done something like this? Have you ever had a bike, like, what is it, like a week before it comes out, right?
We typically get bikes in early.
Okay.
And we're under what they call an embargo, to where we can't talk about it.
Right.
We can't show it, we can't talk about it. It normally stays in the box until the big day.
To the big day.
Today's the
Which
big
is
day.
today. Which is today for them.
For them. But for us, we're in the past.
We're in the past, right? This is not live.
Yeah, this is not live. We're in the past. We're a couple of days in the past. But you guys are looking at us in our future.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
This is like an episode like Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've never seen it.
Yeah, for sure.
So big shout out. I mean, and I'm gonna say this from my side of the channel, DMVM TV, and then we can jump to Black and Tan. But big shout out to Patapsco Bike for making this happen. I know you're.
Yeah, Elvis is part of the family now. He officially works at the shop, so he doesn't really have to thank us.
But for me, it's like a special deal because, and I told you last time when we built the other bike, because I've been doing content and I always get a little emotional. And I've been doing content for like almost 5 years, and like I always dream of this moment, and you guys have made it happen for me. So
yeah, well, you need to also talk to your audience, your Spanish-speaking audience as well. You need to throw that in there. You might as well, Elvis.
All right, sí, muchas gracias a todos los que nos están conectando en este momento. Es un momento muy especial para el canal porque vamos a estar enseñando una de las bicicletas que todavía no ha salido al mercado, pero nosotros tuvimos la oportunidad, gracias a Patapsco and a Donald, haberla podido ver antes que saliera. Así que hoy vamos a hacer esto, la nueva bici que vamos a estar enseñando, gracias a ellos. So, little commercial there, thank you. What do you think? Let's get into it, right? People wants to see the bike, and we're gonna cover like a whole bunch of, I'm not the expert here, you are.
But you're an expert in your own right. I mean, you ride mountain bikes. You've been riding mountain bikes at a decent level for a while, to enough to know what you like, and
definitely.
know what you don't like.
And right? I like this.
And that's the difference between someone being knowledgeable and not being knowledgeable. You know, you're not the guy who just buys a bike and has it sit in your garage. You buy a bike and you ride it. So you're not just you're knowledgeable enough to know what you like and what you don't like. You've been riding bikes long enough to be able to give yourself, and I know that you're a solid rider, so your opinion to me matters, right?
Okay.
So I look at a lot of friends that ride bikes and the different styles that they ride, and I value their opinion on certain things, especially bikes or equipment that I don't personally ride.
Right.
If I know the person that's testing it or riding it, and I know the riding styles, and I know that they're legit enough to speak on it, or knowledgeable enough to speak on it. Legit's kind of a questionable thing to say. You don't necessarily have to be legit. You need to be knowledgeable on a product. And what I would consider someone being legit may mean skewed anyway.
Well, and it's just like a very, in this case, since we're talking about the bike, it's a very open subject because, especially if you're a new rider, you don't know what kind of bike you like, what kind of discipline you're going to be doing, what trails you're going to be riding. So it's like very open.
Super open.
But in this case, it's in our neighborhood. Like you ride XC style. I ride XC style, and this is kind of like in the middle, more.
Well,
we don't know what we have here yet, right?
We know, but we don't know. We wanted to keep this unboxing as genuine as possible. So we're going to unbox the 2024 Epic Evo.
Okay, let's do that again. You say one word and I say you say Epic and then I say Evo.
Okay.
And then you say.
So we're going to be unboxing the 2024
Epic
Evo
Pro,
the SL8. So this is this is like stuff that, again, by the time this drops, I'm sure there's going to be people that are waiting at 12 o'clock to see what's coming out. So we're on the East Coast. Those are going to be people up at 12 o'clock Western time. So,
all right.
This?
Not yet, dude. Not yet.
I'm excited.
But I'm excited too. But like, I want to ask you.
You cheated though. You looked at the color.
I looked at the sticker, but I'm colorblind.
Look at the color of the bike.
But I'm colorblind, and it says some satin.
Yep. I didn't even look at that.
All right, let me ask you this, and we'll get to the video because I don't know how long we'll be on it. But have you ever rode an Epic Evo before?
I've owned several Epic Evos.
Several Epic. I never ridden one. I'm at the Epic, just the Epic, right? That's what it is, just the Epic.
So
which is one
less travel than the Epic Evo.
Well, I put the Fox on it, so mine has 120, but it has 100 in the back, rear shack.
So you made, in a lot of ways, you made your bike an Epic Evo. So normally with Specialized, the word Evo behind it normally means wider tires, more travel, wider bars. Okay, technically that's what the Evo used to be. It would be an evolution of the stock bike, that regular Epic. The Epic Evo would put it in a category of downcountry. A downcountry bike would be a cross-country frame with slightly more travel. So
there is a max that you can do to like the more suspension, right? You can't just say, oh, I'm gonna put a 140 in the front.
Well, you want the bike to balance out. You don't want it to feel like it's too much travel in the front. Normally when you put too much travel on the front of a bike, it rakes out the front and raises the bottom bracket.
All right.
Both of those characteristics don't really work in making a bike handle well. So you don't want too much travel in the front because it will rake out the fork more than it needs to. And a higher bottom bracket means a higher center of gravity, which means that the bike tends to fall over in corners. Okay. So you don't want that either.
Let's do it. We want to keep this box fresh in case we need to return it, right?
I doubt if we're going to return this. See, Elvis is, I'm doing it Elvis's way and not the way that I normally open these boxes. Because normally I just rip these bad boys right open. I take my hand underneath and I just go for it. All right.
So this is Epic Evo Pro, right?
Epic Evo Pro SL. It's the SL8.
Right before this is the model before the S Works.
Yep. You sure you're ready for this?
I'm trying to see if I can do like an effect to where like the light comes out. You seen that?
Oh, I'm sure you can do that. I'm sure you can do that. Maybe we turn off the light. And no, it'll work.
Too much. You gave me too much editing credibility.
Yeah, no. So here's what you need to do.
Yeah.
You need to make it so where the lights come. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Excited?
Yeah.
All right. Let's look at it. Oh, it's not at all what I thought the color was going to be. Oh, it fooled me.
Dude, the color is nice.
It's pretty cool.
It's like a mat,
Oh,
right?
oh crap. Look, it fades.
Oh, it's like a two-tone.
That's cool. All right, let's bring this bad boy out. So we'll bring it out and we'll close the box and we'll put it on top.
Bring it out, we close the box. Oh, I see what you're saying, okay. You guys ready?
All right.
We have a big audience today, guys. We have one of our followers.
We have an audience of one.
Of one.
Dave, you want to clap?
He's our,
Let us.
Bring it out of the box.
Are you ready, Dave?
he's our only.
Been waiting.
Are you ready? All right. 1, 2. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Dave, are you ready for this?
Do you have any sponsors that you want to say? Because right now, what we're gonna do is like, as soon as we put it out, YouTube is gonna play an ad for them.
Yeah, that's true. All right. You excited?
It's nice, dude. It's a nice
excited.
color.
I'm excited. I've never seen this color with Specialized before. So that's kind of cool.
Let's do it.
Check that out.
Check that out.
So it fades here.
It fades
fade
here.
up top. In the front, it's faded.
So take the wheel out. Take the box out. Wait, do we need? Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know you can do that. Dude, if they come out with a color like this for the S-Works,
It's got to be better. Oh man, the swap box is different. They copy Trek's swap box. That with that.
They said that in the website. There was going to be a black.
I like this, man. This is nice. This is not gonna last here, man.
No, it's a good looking color too.
Yeah, it's a good looking bike.
I didn't catch that part of the webinar when they said that, Dave.
It really does look like a trail bike.
I'd be tempted to play with that one,
Dude, why is this
the Trek one.
the cassette looks so big? Is this new? Is this like a 53?
No, it does look big. It's
Huh?
52.
52?
It does look big though.
Here, I'll hold it.
I think what makes it stand out is that all those cogs, like the largest one,
They're more spaced out.
52, and all is a different color than all the other cogs. So it sort of outlines the fact that it's big.
That's a lot for an Epic. That's the most an Epic's ever had.
Right. You want me to hold? Oh, you got it? Yeah. I know there's gonna be people that it's probably gonna order the bike shipped to their house. Any tips for, some non-expert bike people that is gonna order this from, like, not necessarily that are like in our area and will order through us, but
if you're ordering a bike like this and they ship it to your house unbuilt, you're probably going to know how to put it together. Because this is a pretty high level bike. You know, most people starting off aren't going to go to an 85. I believe it's $8,500 for this bike. But there's my pro tip to getting this bike is to take it to the shop and make sure you have a shop build this one.
Oh, look at that Kashima.
So this is just us kind of loosely putting the bike together. So for the people out there that are gonna say, no paste, no lube, nothing like that, we'll go back and do it, I promise. No torque wrench.
No, right?
I promise, we'll torque everything to spec.
Uh-oh, I bet you didn't know that. That's weird.
They're coming with Industry 9 hubs.
Industry 9 hubs.
What?
They gotta be Hydra. I was wondering, I was like, wait, isn't that little whatever?
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
Wow. What rims? They're still Revol rims, but no more DT Swiss.
What's going
There's
on?
gotta be something behind that.
That's a first.
That's for as long as I can remember, for sure.
All right, guys, you saw it first.
The website, I can't even.
No, it's not gonna be on the website.
Nah. I was wondering that sound and the it's like the little Industry 9. Look at them.
So, again, let's talk about this swap box.
Okay.
Dave said. So, swap box, completely different than they had before. They used to have a kind of a latch that went here.
Okay.
Now it's more Trek-like in the way that it goes on, and comes off really fast, really easy.
Really easy. Yeah.
I like that. That's definitely an improvement.
How many burritos you think you can fit in there?
That's
Asking for a friend.
yeah, that's easily a 3 burrito swap box.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Good to know.
3 burritos? You eat some small burritos.
Well, you know, want to die. Sometimes you gotta hit it.
All right, we're back on.
Kind of got the bike thrown together. It's not complete, but put together enough to where we can actually check out the differences between.
Yeah.
So we have in Elvis's stand, we have a Epic Evo Pro 2022 model, which is the same as a 23. And yeah, so we can do some quick comparisons on the two. So again, this is an Epic Evo 2024 SL8. I think they're calling it SL8. What are they calling it?
I think it's the Epic 8.
It's just
Epic 8, yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say anything on the bike that is Epic 8.
It
Right.
does. Well, it's
It's in the back, which I like. What I noticed as soon as we pulled it out of the box is how it says Epic in the back, and we're gonna show a quick clip of that.
right.
On the
It's really minimalistic. It doesn't scream anything really. You know, no big specialized on the side.
Yeah,
Small specialized here.
which is kind of like there's a version of this one that has the Specialized here,
Right.
and the S Works on the upgraded on the higher higher end.
And when you look at the marketing on that bike, although it's in almost a ghost letter, it still says Specialized really big on the down tube. Quick spec check on this one. The Industry 9 these wheels are it's the first time that I've seen a bike come with Industry 9 hubs with Revol with the Revol wheels. Normally they come with DT Swiss, like the 2022 here has a DT Swiss 350 hubs in it, where this one has Industry 9 1-to-1s. Still really good engagement and everything on them. I don't know, I'm kind of curious on why they went with the Industry 9 instead of the DT Swiss.
You mentioned something when you were building the bike, which I don't know if it's gonna make it into the video, but if you wanna say it like on the video, like as far as like when they wanna get the bike out.
Yeah, sometimes, well, in this case, they do mention that they are gonna be Industry 9s in the build when you look at the list of parts that are coming with it. It does say that they have Industry 9 hubs on this one. But sometimes with companies trying to rush to get production out, they may not have certain things and they'll substitute them with others. So instead of a DT Swiss hub, you might get an i9 hub or you might get something else. In almost all the bicycle companies out there, when you see a list of what it has, at the bottom of that list there's a disclaimer that says parts may be substitute without notification. So you might think you're getting a DT Swiss 350 hub and it could very well be an i9 or vice versa.
Will they always do something better? Because in this case, it's something better, right? Or
no,
otherwise the
they
customer
don't always
will
do
complain.
anything better. They don't do anything worse. A lot of times it's just an even, trade. So front forks are both. They're still 34s. This one though is a 34 120.
And this one is.
I'm sorry, this is actually a 34 130.
Oh, you see, the first thing when I saw it, it looks like an enduro bike for me, man. That's why I tell you.
It kind of threw you off a little bit?
It threw me off. It looks like an enduro bike. Like the handlebars are very, like I always thought of the Epic Evo as a cross-country bike. As a fast bike.
Yeah, technically it's in that downcountry class. So you're right in a lot of ways, but I knew that coming in, that this was going to be a 130, 120.
That's why I tell you, I was like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, well, if you're, the cool part about it is they have a regular Epic, which is 120, 120. So it would bring it down and make it not look so robust. But picking the bike up, I tell you, it didn't feel heavy at all.
Do you think you can put because I think when we went through like the webinar, you can put a 120 on this bike, right? And make it like more, like let's say we'll put the cockpit on it, take those spacers out,
drop it down.
That would look mean.
And run it for sure.
Right.
And run it as your cross-country race bike. For sure. So you're gonna have two sets, you're gonna have two different cross-country race bikes. You're gonna have the World Cup, which is a much shorter travel bike. And then you're gonna have the regular Epic, which is gonna be 120, 120. Remember, there's a flip chip right here.
On this one?
Yeah, there's a flip chip.
Oh.
So,
we'll be right back.
Yeah. Right after these messages. All right, so this does have a flip chip.
Okay.
So you can lower the bottom bracket and you can change the rake of the fork slightly. This has a steeper.
Okay, get it. For you, that was like, I know exactly what this does.
Yeah.
For me, it was like, why do I want to lower my bottom bracket, and how does that help me as a rider?
Lowering your bottom bracket on a bike will actually lower the center of gravity, which will make the bike corner better. So everything it gets cornered down, your weight is lower, so it's not going to feel top heavy. The bike's going to go through corners a lot better. Okay, but there's a downside of how low you can go with your bottom bracket is your pedal strikes.
Right.
You go too low, you'll start to get a lot more pedal strikes. So you don't want to go too low. There's that perfect size or height that you need to go with.
I guess it matters on your size too, right? Like the bigger the rider you are, you want to keep it on the higher, or it doesn't?
No, that doesn't matter, but normally the bigger size bikes come with longer cranks.
Okay.
So you're going to go from like a 170 up to a 175 with a large, and you're probably going to get more pedal strikes with a 175 versus a 170. So those are things you have to take into consideration when you're speccing a bike or you're messing with the flip chip that lowers it.
How many settings you have on that, 2 or 1?
Just 2 settings with the flip chip here.
Okay.
And then we go up to the fork. Like I said, the fork is a 130 on this one, 120 on that one.
And it does look thicker, yeah.
110 rear suspension on that one.
110 here.
120 rear suspension on this one. Now, the cool thing about this bike is you can take this frame and just turn it into a regular Epic. They're the identical frames this year, where last year's frame wasn't the same. So if you wanted an Epic, you could put a longer fork on it, but the frame's not really designed for that. Where this frame with the flip chip is designed to work with a 130 and a 120 fork on the front.
Is the buyer gonna have different options when it comes to the Pro, or it comes
either you're going to get the Epic or you're going to get the Epic Evo.
So it's not like I can say, hey, can I get the Epic 8 with a 120 instead of the 130?
So if you want a 120 Epic 8, then you're going to get a regular Epic. If you want a 130 Epic 8, then you're going to get the Epic Evo. And I remember, a lot of times they come with more. The Epic Evo is probably going to come with a more aggressive tire. It's going to come with a slightly wider bar, and it's going to come with more travel in the front.
Okay.
So
who is this bike for?
This bike is that's a great question.
Because for me, like, honestly, I don't know, man.
You don't think it's for you because you're more of a pure cross country
But
guy.
I love, for us here, Patapsco, what's the other one? Watershed, maybe, not really. It's like, we'll be okay for someone
So the Watershed is very rocky and
Right.
super technical. I wouldn't want to take this bike in the Watershed. I would take the starting bike I would start with would be a stump jumper in the Watershed.
But for Patapsco?
And you're going to have people out there that says, oh, I could ride this in Super Tech. Of course you can. There's people that can ride hardtails in Super Tech. There's people that ride hardtail fixies in the Watershed. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do and it's for everyone, but this bike is built for more of the person that's more of an aggressive cross-country rider who likes to have fun and doesn't mind letting go of the brakes when it's time to go downhill. So fast cross-country bike that can shoot the downhills as well. Thus the category being downcountry.
So it'll be a fun bike. It'll climb good, but maybe not for endurance.
Depends on where you're riding it, right? So if you're doing a race that's technical, a race that has a lot of technical features, and maybe some long downhills, Shenandoah 100
Shenandoah 100
would be a great.
That was my, yeah.
Right, would be
Wow.
this would be a great bike for the Shenandoah 100s. The Shenandoah 100 has such long downhills is the first race that I ever raced where I had to stop in the middle of a downhill and massage my arms because I had arm pump from squeezing the brakes, right? So perfect bike for the Shenandoah 100. Some of the epic races and things like that you can get out. It's plenty light enough. Again, it's the same frame that's on the regular Epic. The extra weight's going to come from a little more travel in the fork and a little more aggressive tires. But other than that, it's going to be pretty much the same frame and everything that comes with the Epic. So you're going to have a slight weight penalty, but you're going to gain suspension travel.
Right.
So maybe for you, I still think that you're probably a World Cup type of rider.
Yeah. I like it. Don't get me wrong. There's a whole bunch of things that I like on this bike. I do like how it comes, even the Pro. And we're gonna build a comp, right?
Yeah, the comp. So we're gonna build one that's a couple levels down below here, which is gonna be a more budget entry level bike to get onto this platform. Same frame, same kind of stuff that goes along with it.
You think the frame is gonna look the same? We can do.
The frame's gonna look the same.
Okay.
Whether or not it's going to be made of the same carbon, I'm not 100% sure.
11.
This is a Fact 11, where I think that is also either a 10R or a Fact 11R. I don't think the comp is going to be
maybe a 10.
Maybe a 10.
Another thing that I noticed is the I don't know what they're called, the top tube. Is this the top tube?
Yeah.
This section, that one looks kind of like the World Cup.
Yeah, so it is a lot like the World Cup.
Yeah.
And to be honest, so it has knocks on it, so it'll stop you from turning.
Oh.
Just like the World Cup.
Where this one doesn't.
That one doesn't. That'll let you take a chunk out of that top tube.
Which I've done it before.
Without even thinking. So, something that I noticed with my World Cup with this headset, I'm glad you brought it up. Something that I noticed with my World Cup is this has a couple of ways to adjust it, right? There's a little ring underneath here that you have to make sure stays tight when you adjust it. And mine, the first handful of rides until I got it dialed in, my headset kept coming loose.
Really?
And it didn't give me a lot of confidence when it came to that. I've since then I've put some fiber grip on it and stuff like that, and it's fine now. But another thing is this little flap kind of lets dirt get in there.
Really?
Yeah. So underneath, when I pull this up, it was kind of dirty and nasty underneath there. So it's one more thing that you have to kind of look into and make sure that you clean out. But I like the way it looks. I like how it kind of blends into the frame. So when you're doing a bar set, that one-piece bar,
The one-piece bar looks clean.
it looks really
Like in my case, if I go this route, because I am looking for a bike sponsor.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody, but if anyone out there,
Wants to sponsor or adopt Elvis,
looking for a new bike.
adopt, sponsor, whatever, just take care of it. All he wants is a new bike.
Oh yeah. So like in my case, I would take those spacers out, cut a little bit of the fork, and like lower it.
Slam it down.
Slam it down, yeah. Because
that's because you're young, Elvis. And then you have an old
40 is the new young.
40 is the new young. I'm 51. Give yourself 11 more years.
But look,
12 more years, and then talk to me about how low that handlebar sits.
I always had this question, and it might be a little ignorant on my part, but for example, like you say this bike has a 120, right? Mm-hmm. 120. If this has two spacers here, does that make it a 130?
No. All your travel is going to be in your fork here and how far up and down this fork
But you're
goes.
still like this.
Now, what that's going to do is that's going to change. If you put the spacers on it, it's going to change your cockpit. It's going to make your handlebars effectively taller up. But it doesn't really change anything below those spacers. It just brings your handlebars up. So you can.
But that doesn't, because when you have like the experience that I have when I rode a big bike mean like a big suspension was, the higher you are from the ground, like the more the bike will move back when you're climbing.
Yeah, that's true. Because when you bring the bars up,
Right.
What you're doing is you're changing your riding position on the bike. You're taking your mass and you're pulling your mass back also. So whenever you bring those bars up and you're not leaning forward over it, you're leaning now up like this. So when you pedal, your mass is further back and it's going to make the bike tend to feel like it's going to kick up. But also that could be on a bigger bike, having a shorter chainstay or something like that, to where that you might feel also makes the bike want to rise up. There's lots of reasons behind a bike feeling tippy when it comes when it goes that way. Bar position, chainstays, tires, tire size, bottom bracket height. There's a lot of things that go into making a bike feel like it wants to, when you're on a steep hill, flip backwards.
Well, it has the new SRAM brakes.
New SRAM brakes.
What are those called? Those are the one below the LT, whatever?
The codes. So these are the new code Rs, I believe.
Yeah. It comes with the new transmission XO.
New transmission XO on this one. Which some people, it's out now. Some people like, and some people prefer the old. Definitely more robust and definitely more stronger than the old Eagle.
The XO and the GX, it's a little lower, right? This one is better than the GX.
This is one level higher than the GX. The GX is going to be, one level lower than this.
Okay. Did we talk about the little baggy thingy compartment?
Yeah.
What's it called?
So, you don't, with the older model, it has what they call a SWAT box.
Right.
Built on it. So that's their SWAT, external SWAT box. And this one, like I said, we have an internal SWAT box.
Right.
Three burrito
limit.
internal SWAT box.
Mexican burritos, the only burritos that we care about.
That's it. The rest of them are fake.
The rest, yeah. Like a scalloper.
This comes with a bag. This bag goes inside here. You put your burritos inside this bag or in saran
More like
wrap.
taquitos. I'm looking at that size. Yeah, because that size of that bag, it's...
Right. So this goes inside here with whatever you want to put in there.
I'm a fan of that. Yeah, I know we talked about it. You say you're not because you don't like to put junk. But like in my
I don't
case,
like to put anything in my bikes.
In my case, like if I'm doing like an endurance, maybe not tools, because tool will make, but I would put like for real, I would put a burrito in there.
You'd be the guy that we.
I would take the bag out and just put the burritos, so the temperature when it's hot will keep the burrito hot.
Gotcha.
With the carbon. I don't know if that's good for my body.
I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that there's not
some
any
carbon. If it's an S-Works, I'm sure it's going to be good for your body.
Yeah, S-Works carbon
It's going to be like doping.
Better.
Other than that, man, I really like the two, like this, I don't know what to call it because I'm colorblind, but like the smoky looking color that they put on that.
The fade.
I'm a fan of that.
The fade of gold, which this bike with this particular color, which I would probably say it's kind of like a pistachio color.
Looks like a coffee, like a coffee color.
Like a pistachio and like a gold hint to it, or a tan. Black and tan tires, not only going to go faster, but man, will it make this bike look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm a fan when Specialized does that, like a custom, because I feel like we're not rushing. Like they could have just make it like this one. No offense, but like they could have just make it like a dark color and hey, let's just get it out. But in this case, they took the time of like, adding.
Trying to make it.
Aside from being a new bike, when was this one released? 2022, you said?
2022.
Aside from like just releasing a new bike, we're releasing a new Epic, like we're also gonna give you like a custom paint color. So
yeah, fair enough.
Cool. Little extra.
It definitely looks like something they did to liven it up a little bit.
I think the logo, also the I don't know if you pointed out, but the where the cables come out in the front, they kind of like come out from like the front of the bike, not from the side.
Yeah, so that one doesn't even on
They're like right here on the side.
the drive side. There's no port at all on that.
Right, yeah.
So here you have them on both sides, but they're more out front, and you have 2 ports on this side and 2 on this side. So you can run your dropper post. You can run. I'm not sure if you're even able to run this bike
Cables
with
anymore?
a cable.
They just want you to be
No.
wireless.
Nope, you are wireless.
No. It has a little. I see it. It has a little hole in there.
Ah, you do have something.
For the
All right.
for the old school
That wouldn't have
guys.
surprised me if it wasn't, if you couldn't run cables.
It's gonna be maybe like next year. It's gonna be kind of like the iPhone, how they took the headphone jack out. They're gonna remove the option of you having cables on the bike.
There is internal
I
guides.
saw that,
That's
dude.
pretty cool. Where
Yeah.
so when you run your cables through here, they're going to guide you exactly where it needs to be. So this bag's not going to be sitting on top
Right.
of
Or like you don't need that little whatever, the little hose that you put before
right.
you fish the cables through the frame.
That's right. That keeps the vibration down. So comes with this bike frame. Also can take 2 water bottle cages.
But we're gonna sell
And-
those
and
cages
this-
separately.
Yeah, we don't give those to the customers. No, you get 2 water bottle cages with it. They brought back
I saw that.
the
There you go.
tool. I didn't know if this was going to come back in
And
or out.
this one has it too.
Yeah, that one has it, but play around. You're going to have to play around with that.
Oh man. Oh,
There you go. See, it pops up. Where this one pops up clean.
Oh.
I think they improved it for sure. It might be the same,
Might be the same.
but I can tell you now that this one pops up clean every single time. That's one of those fidget tools, one of those fidget toys.
Right.
You can sit here all day and just keep playing back and forth.
You can do that while you're riding if you're bored.
If you're bored.
If you're doing like a long ride.
That's what happens when you
That's
ride
like
with
a
me.
fidget. Do you remember those? That's
Yeah,
what you do with
yeah.
that.
That's what happens when you ride with me because I'm boring you with your ride. But you can look at the yokes are about the same
Yeah.
as far as the size and everything. That looks about the same.
And the S Works, which maybe we get one soon, will have this.
Carbon.
All of this is carbon, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's all carbon, but some of the parts here are carbon.
Yeah.
And they also have, the S-Works is also going to have all titanium bolts as well.
Okay.
And that's about it, man.
That's about it. Are we gonna see you on the new Epic 8? What do you think? Is this like something that you will ride?
Oh, yeah. I think 120 is realistically what I should be on. Maybe 130, 120, the Evo, realistically would fit my riding style best. I need to see the colors.
The colors. I think that's gonna be the key for me.
I need to see the colors.
The frames only.
I mean, that's important.
That is very
And
important.
for me, because I'm not racing, right? So
Yeah. It's more
the way the
flash.
bike looks, the aesthetics mean a lot to me. There's a reason that people buy certain cars and not others,
Right.
and spend a lot of money on certain cars over others, is because they like the way they look. I mean, like that with my bikes. You gotta, bike has to look good to me.
Right.
You look good, you ride good, is what people say. And the bikes look in a certain way. It fits, especially if they kind of fit my personality. I have more fun on the bike. So it depends on whether or not, one, I can sell my World Cup.
I know someone that might want it.
Yeah. Two, whether or not the colors for the Epic are something that I want. And
I tell you what though, and I told you before, for like whenever you get the S-Works, I mean, let's be real, for us that we're paying out of pocket, we're looking for the S-Works. Like last time, the Epic Evo, like it had like on tiny letters here, S-Works, right?
right.
In this case, that one, if the new Epic 8 S-Works version has S-Works on tiny letters, I'm not buying it.
Yeah, because I mean,
I want big letters right here.
You want it to
on
say,
the down
right,
too.
you want it to scream
Yes.
that it's an S-Works, right?
Yeah,
You're
come
not
and
gonna-
rob me.
Right, you're not going to buy a Mercedes. Again, we go back to the car. That
Right.
doesn't say Mercedes anywhere on it. It has no emblems on it, and no one can tell what kind of car it is.
There you
right?
go.
You're going to spend that kind of money. You want people to know what you're riding.
It's
and
an
I totally
S-Works.
get that. That makes sense to me.
The S-Works stuff come with the bike logo.
It does?
Yeah.
With
Comes
the
with
small,
The big logo.
big logo. Okay.
Yeah.
Which by the time this video releases, we are gonna know what colors. And maybe we add like a little clip of like a post-production clip of us looking at the S-Works on the computer maybe. We'll see. We'll see what we
Yeah.
do. I think that's it, man. I don't know anything else you wanna
Yeah,
add?
next thing is just to ride it, you know. Again, the Pro model, carbon bars, factory forks. Yep, these are all factory forks, factory front and back. Factory means it's the good stuff. It's made
the
out,
good
it's the
stuff.
higher level.
Kashima, right? Kashima coated, whatever.
Yeah, Kashima coated, front, back, factory, Kashima coated dropper post.
I mean, just on the, because a lot of people looks at the price of the bike. Okay, yes, it's 8,500, but just on those three things, Fox, throw me a number, how much we have in that in components, just on the suspension.
Just on the suspension, you're probably looking at like over 1,000 for the fork, probably 15.
Easy, like
Yeah,
3,500
No, you're probably looking at about $2,000 in just
There you
the
go.
front and the back
on this, and
suspension.
it's something that you don't have to do
Yeah,
to your
yeah.
bike later on.
Yeah, I mean, there's the package that you get for 85 is definitely. I see the value.
Right.
You're not getting junk. I could see if you were spending 85 and you weren't going to get carbon wheels, or you didn't come with the carbon bars, or it didn't come with the factory. That would just make it, honestly, would just make it an expert, right?
Right,
Which is
yeah.
about a $2,000 difference, I believe, between the Pro and the Expert, and then you drop it down to almost like another $2,000 going to the comp.
To the comp.
Right. So
Which we're gonna get to see. If the
Yeah.
comp comes in this color, that would be nice.
it would be nice, but you know,
The comp is like the first model,
the comp's
right?
going to be an entry-level model that's out
Entry-level
right
model.
now. Yep. They may introduce something lower,
Oh,
but
really?
yeah, they may just introduce a regular Epic. Period. It's just going to say Epic, right? But for right now, they have the comp is their lowest model.
Still carbon.
Still carbon, still same frame, same mold, same shape,
Right.
geometry's the same. Might be a different carbon, we don't know yet. We haven't opened that one yet. But yeah, so it's still a really good bike that's definitely, the heart and soul of the bike is the frame. So you can build off of, you can grab a comp at more of a budget price and slowly build it up to whatever you want.
point.
Or you can just say, you know what, I don't want to do that. I just want to ride my bike at the level it is. Come into like the Pro or the S-Works and not have to worry about upgrading your bike. Just run it the way it is.
You heard it here. You saw it here first.
Saw it here first.
All right. Well, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Thank you so much to Patapsco Bicycles for giving us the unboxing. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and make sure you hit that subscribe, like, and share.
That's right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.